Hey guys, welcome back to another Five Nights at Freddy's video. Today we're going to be talking about the new YOUTOOZ concepts I made. This is part 3. Now sadly this might be the last part. Part 4 might come out as a bonus part, but let's get into the video. So today is a very special day. Today is Fnaf's 8th anniversary. So I made this little YOUTOOZ of a birthday Freddy. I gave him a little party hat, kind of like Ennard's, but with different colors, little red dots, and a birthday and a cupcake with the candle 8. Now this one I really like. This was just like a little last minute one, just because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna upload this on Fnaf's birthday. That's a little, a little way to show that I really appreciate the franchise. So let's get into the next one. So the next one we got up is Burn Trap. This one is pretty cool in my opinion. It's really based off, I remember in part 2, I was saying how the nightmares were hard to make, they're very complex and hard to do, but I'm pretty sure I mastered that and I know what to do now because I made Jackal Bonnie and Jackal Chica and they look a lot better than Nightmare Bonnie and Chica. And this one was kind of like them too with all the weathering. So this one's pretty good. I like Burn Trap. I actually think they might be making Burn Trap. So I'm going to do Security Breach first, then Fnaf 4, then Fnaf 6. So let's get into the next one. So next one we got up is Shattered Glamour Chica. Now, I was thinking of adding the new Ruined Glamour Chica instead, but I feel like this one looks better. Obviously, I used Glamour Chica as the official YOUTOOZ as concept, and then I rearranged her arms and her legs a little bit so she's not doing a like, mid-jump pose with the guitar. This one looks pretty good. Honestly, I like this one a lot. The shading looks good. Everything looks good in this one. Now, a lot of the figures in this one are a lot more complex. Like, they're a lot more like, weathered and broken. Like Burn Trap, Shattered Roxy, the Nightmare, the Jackos. It's hard to do. So if these look a little bit like messy, that's probably why. So let's get into the next one. So now we got Glamour Shattered Roxy. This one's really good. I like that the chest you can see like the endoskeleton. I gave the endoskeleton a little bit of shading. The arm you can see the endo. I don't think they would add an arm and an endoskeleton arm in the broken part, so I just left it blank if they ever really did make this. In my opinion, the colors are a little bit off. Next time, I feel like I'm going to do a little bit more brighter colors if I ever redid this, like the hair. But it works because we usually only see Shattered Roxy in dark settings, so in my opinion, this isn't that bad. I just noticed this now, but I forgot to color the toenails and they're see-through, so sorry about that, but let's get on to Shattered Monty. So, Shattered Monty, I don't think they would ever make this figure. This goes for Funko too. I'm making an upcoming video talking about this. It's like I'm making a Funko concepts video, like for Security Breach Wave 2 and remaking the FNAF 1 wave. You'll see that soon, but this is just a little bit of a rundown of it. Basically, I don't think they would ever make Shattered Monty merch because they wouldn't be able to make an action figure. It would only be half the height, and it would still be $12, so I feel like a lot of people just pass on it. If anything, he'd be like a little accessory, but if they made Shattered Monty, they might be able to make Balloon Boy and Plush Trap, and I don't think they would ever make Shattered Monty. I feel like they'd just skip him. But this is what, if they did make him, this is what he looked like. He looks pretty good, honestly, not much different. He's like more broken. The arms, the endoskeleton hands are showing. He looks pretty good. I don't think they would ever make him, but if they did, this is what he would look like. Now, let's get on to Vanessa. So Vanessa was very hard to do. I mean, this is the first human YOUTOOZ I drew. I drew her and Gregory. I'll show you Gregory next. But she was kind of hard to do. I used the 11 YOUTOOZ from Stranger Things as a reference, and I used the Vanny YOUTOOZ for proportions. And honestly, this is not that bad. I thought that I redrew her. The first one looked really bad, but this one does not look that bad. I didn't add much shading though, but I didn't want to It would look weird with the shading on the hair, in my opinion. So yeah, that's Vanessa. She's pretty good, honestly. I think YOUTOOZ is actually making a Vanessa, DJ Music Man, and Burn Trap. I'm pretty sure they're making, but yeah, she looks pretty good. See on the Gregory. So Gregory, he looks okay. Sorry if he looks a little bit rushed. I wanted to get this video out on FNAF's anniversary, so Gregory was one of the later ones I made, and he was a human too, so it's hard for me to draw. Now the problem with Gregory is that his proportions were hard to do because he's a child, and I still wanted that you can see the Glamrock Freddy head. It should be much bigger, but I wanted him to hold it, so it was I had to make it smaller, but it's okay. Also, I redrew the Glamour Freddy head to have a little bit different colors, and I gave him some more the weathering, the old Glamour Freddy. Gregory looks pretty good. He has his 1 foot out and his arm out too. If you kind of be like Roxy, if they made her a figure, when you see her, she has like her foot stepping out, so it would be like that. He looks pretty good, honestly. I think he came out a lot better than I thought he was gonna be. The Band-Aid, I remember I just saw, I forgot to color it in. Sorry about that. But Gregory looks pretty cool. I also gave him a little Faz watch too. So now let's get into the final security breach character, the Blob. Now this is one hell of a figure. This one is cool. Everything looks good about it. I used Constantine's Funtime Freddy head for the Blob. It was in the position already. He said I could use it. I asked him. And I used Bonnie and Chica, the original YOUTOOZ, as like the little heads inside the Blob. And I used my puppet design for the little mask. I didn't add Mangle and Baby because they would be on the other side. And it would just look weird with all the heads on one side. But this is an actual figure. Like, if we thought this was an actual figure, it would look weird if all the heads were on one side instead of one, how it's supposed to be. But oh boy, does this look like, it looks good. I couldn't really add like shading on the wires because there's so many of them, so I just made them all gray. Towards the bottom, you see I tried a little bit of shading. You can see some parts like Baby's hand, the endoskeleton leg, the endoskeleton itself. I added him. I gave him the YOUTOOZ eyes. This looks really good in my opinion. It took me like a week to draw, but oh my god, it was worth it. It took me forever. I added like the weathering on the head. I red eyes. It looks good. Now, I did say this was the last figure that I would be talking about for Security Breach, but I forgot about Moondrop, or Moon, so let's get into him. Now, Moondrop, nothing really special about him. He looks very similar to Sun, but he's still pretty good. He has the plush I used as the head, because that's like an official Moondrop design. Gave him a little hat, like his little like pose. He would have a stand if he was made, and people would probably buy Sun with him. So yeah, nothing much to say about him. Pretty good character. Now let's get on to Fnaf 4. Now Jack Bonnie, pretty good figure. Nothing really wrong with him. So for his eyes, I made the eyes black because I was like, how am I gonna give these guys eyes? I had two choices. I could either make it like orangish yellow, so it like pops out, but then it'd be really hard to see on the concept that I'm drawing. But it would look good on the actual figure. Or I can just make his eyes black. So I chose black. It looks pretty good. It looks very pumpkin-like. It's like a little bit more of a brighter orange than the actual Jack Bonnie. Everything about Nightmare Bonnie that I didn't like, I fixed with this guy. His head looks normal. It looks like an actual YOUTOOZ. I would buy this, honestly. I feel like this is one of the more cooler ones I made. So yeah, that's Jack Bonnie. Let's get into Jack Chica. So Jack Chica, not as good as Jack Bonnie, but still pretty good. Gave her the pumpkin, again with the black eyes. I made her a little bit more of a darker color. Even though I know it's the opposite, like Jack Bonnie is usually like a brownish fabric, and then they made him orange in the newer games. Her, I feel like she used to be more of a brighter, like a this color orange, but then they made it a little bit more brighter. So I just chose to use the original one, but I feel like it would look better if Jack Bonnie. Now, this one, I feel like if the colors were better, it would look better, but still pretty good. If these were a real thing, which they're not, they're concepts, they would probably be released around like Halloween time of this year or next year, but they're not. But it looks still pretty good still. Now, I didn't do Nightmare BB or Plush Trap because I didn't think they really look that good, but I did do Night Marionette, so let's get into her, or him. Now, Night Marion, he's pretty cool, honestly. I added the he has like very like kind of veiny legs and arms. I kind of like the Funko figure. I added blue around the eyes because he has like this like little glow, and I feel like that works. If they made him a figure, I would like for him to be glow in the dark, like have glow in the dark eyes. I feel like that would be cool. He would also definitely need a stand, probably supporting his back or his legs. So, I don't know, but he honestly is one of my favorite ones I made. He looks pretty cool. Nothing really. It's very simple. But that's it for Fnaf 4. I didn't make Grim Foxy either because I wanted to get this video out on August 8th. So, let's get on to Fnaf 6. So first one's out of the Rockstars, or Rockstar Bonnie. He looks pretty good, honestly. I had a lot of shading onto him. His guitar looks really good in my opinion. It looks a lot more like Rockstar Bonnie's guitar. I used Rockstar Bonnie's head from Fnaf 6, and I used the Bonnie YOUTOOZ body because it doesn't have to be changed that much. His main position of him holding the guitar, so I just did that. not much to really change. Let's get on to Rockstar Foxy. So Rockstar Foxy, this one looks really good in my opinion. I made his head bigger, so it looks more like the YOUTOOZ head, and I made the parrot's head bigger, so it looks more like the YOUTOOZ head. Now, he would only have one eye shown. He looks really good in my opinion. He looks a lot better than the Funko Pop. He at least has the correct colors. His body, I feel like, should be a little bit smaller, but nothing really that serious. The parrot looks perfect. I did make his base bigger. I did a little rod keeping him in to his shoulder. But he had a bigger head, and I don't want it to break easily. But then, yeah, it's not a real figure. He has shading. The other Rockstars don't have shading. Only Rockstar Bonnie and Foxy do. But I really want to get this out August 8th. But he looks pretty good, honestly. Nothing really bad about him. But I do have to say this before I get into the last two figures. Ennard, Grim Foxy, Mr. Hippo, and Helpy were all scrapped. Well, Ennard, Constantine was never able to finish it because he's on vacation. Grim Foxy, Mr. Hippo, and Helpy, I really want to get this video out in time. So if there's ever a part 4, think of it as a bonus part. I originally only planned for this to be 3 parts. So if there's a part 4, it would be a little extra. It would probably have maybe some fan game characters, even though there already are YouTubes for them. And probably the ones I skipped on. So I did not skip Ennard. Constantine didn't have time to draw him for me. But I did show you what he looked like half done. Still missing his leg and the colors, but you at least got the idea. Alright, let's get into Rockstar Chica. So Rockstar Chica is probably my least favorite out of the Rockstars. Her body just looks too wide in my opinion. It looks like a little bit too wide. Her head looks pretty good actually. Her head's nothing really wrong with. I gave her pink eyes and the little maracas. The bib looks good though. I like that. I drew that myself instead of just using the bib, which I was thinking of doing, but I just liked it better this way. Nothing really wrong with Rockstar Chica. There's nothing really that special about her at the same time. So now let's get on to our final figure of the YOUTOOZ series as of now, Rockstar Freddy. So before I talk about the final figure of the series, I'd like to thank all of you for helping me. My channel's been growing a lot recently, ever since I started making this new format of videos. Instead of just doing reviews, I would actually make merch videos, concept for merch, and merch news. It's just the past 5 videos I made on my channel, well now 6 counting this, is probably going to be what my channel's like now. It's not going to really be that much reviews anymore. I'll probably still do reviews, but it's mainly going to be like this. So I just want to thank you all for helping me grow. But I feel like now I have a consistent audience instead of just getting some views sometimes and other times no views. I just want to thank you all. I always wanted to do this. I feel like I'm finally actually doing good on YouTube. And I feel like it's all paying off, all the hard work. So thank you. Just a reminder, if you want, you can like and subscribe, but you don't have to. But now let's talk about Rockstar Freddy. So Rockstar Freddy, his colors, in my opinion, should be more like the action figure, but I don't really want to change that. I noticed his cheeks, I thought they were purple for a little bit, but I made them red last minute. So good thing I didn't mess that up. But that's really it. Nothing really special. He's just lefty, but I made his body on the other side. I used the regular Freddy YOUTOOZ as a reference for the body. It's just like Rockstar Bonnie. The heads from Rockstar Freddy and the bodies from the Freddy YOUTOOZ. So yeah, that is the end of the Five Nights at Freddy's YOUTOOZ series as of now. Maybe a part 4 as a bonus, but don't expect it until I finish my next 2 upcoming videos. Actually, since it's Fnaf's anniversary, I'll show you what my next video is. Now, my next video is going to be part 1 of a 2-part series of fixing Funko figures and making new concepts. So basically, in the video, I talk about my new remakes of the FNAF 1 figures. They look more accurate to the game. As you can see, there's Bonnie and Chica. Also, I'm probably going to change this. This probably isn't the thumbnail, but I might change it. I also made Wave 2 of Security Breach figures. Not the ruined ones, just Security Breach Wave 2, like Burn Trap and Shattered animatronics. So, expect this in maybe a week or 2. I don't know. I might upload again today. So, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.